We're going to call 911 on this and make sure that they get somebody out here to make sure this is legitimate. Yeah, there's a vehicle out here on Highway 17 with somebody stopped that looks like they could be a police impersonator. It's not in a town, it's on Highway 17, in between Freda and Moses Lake, I'm sorry. So just need to get a sheriff out here to make sure whoever's stopping people is legitimate and that they're in compliance. I'm going to monitor, make sure there's nothing untoward going on here. I just called it into 911, and this is perfectly reasonable to call 911 on this anytime you see this. You don't even have to stop or drive by, call 911, let them know that there's somebody that could be impersonating a police officer. It's their job to make sure our roads are safe. And if you have, as we do in Washington State, you have police organizations that are intentionally putting people in danger by driving completely unmarked vehicles. You could have an impersonator. All it takes is $30 lights off the internet. You put them in your dash, and our sons and our daughters and our wives and our families will stop for anybody on any road at any time of day. There's no identification on this vehicle. There's no marking on the license plate. So this could be any Dodge Charger with lights put in the window. And we have to start standing up. We have to quit tolerating lawlessness from our government. It's not just about unmarked cars. It's about liberty. It's about who do these people work for? It's about government being out here harassing and collecting instead of serving and protecting. And we have to put a stop to that. We have to stop tolerating it. And at the very least, we need to be vigilant, watching out for our neighbors. And one way to do that is to stop and talk to a presumed police officer, or to call 911, to call your dispatch and say, hey, get an officer out there to take care of it. And just to make sure that they're not making people unsafe on our roadways. We pay police to work for us. They serve us. They're out here to work for us, not to abuse, not to ignore the law. Now, every state doesn't have this law. It should. Police should not be allowed to drive unmarked vehicles for patrol stops, for anything but specific undercover investigations. And that's what the law is in Washington State, despite the fact that the State Patrol tries to twist and bend the law. It 100% applies to them. They're in open defiance of the law, so much so that they actually went to the state legislature this year and tried to get them to change the law so that it would be in their favor, and it didn't go through. But in any case, we'll just keep an eye on them and see what's what. Evening, sir.
How can I help you today?
How's it going? You got some identification on you?
Absolutely. Here, let me show you.
I appreciate it.
Do not hold it, okay?
Why would you rather I not hold it?
Oh,
You afraid I'm going to steal it?
No. It's just my
Okay,
identification.
as long as I can see it.
Here, you know what? I'll show it right up.
Ryan Sanger?
Yep. Trooper Sanger. I'm with the Washington State Patrol.
And what are you doing out here?
He's the signature. Oh, I'm conducting regular traffic patrol, sir.
Okay, traffic patrol, meaning what? Speeding type stuff?
Yeah, traffic stops, regular, my routine duties.
Can I ask how old you are?
Let me tell you this. Tell you I'm in my mid to late 20s. How does that sound?
Are you aware? Here, let me give you a copy. This is the United States Constitution. That's
Yes, sir,
that's
I'm
what we
aware
want
of
you
the
out there
US
protecting.
Yep.
My concern here is you guys are still driving these unmarked cars. Are you aware that people are raped and murdered, and there's crimes committed by people that drive unmarked vehicles?
Well, I'm not aware of any of those.
Okay, well, there's been ones that just in Washington. If you've never heard of it, you need to do your homework. I mean, that's your job. That's what we pay you for.
Absolutely, yes.
And this is,
I'm here to serve you, Gavin.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
People,
and look,
right?
And I'm not making this stuff up. I mean, go look it up. In cars like this, there's a lot of these Chargers on the road. You see them every day,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
And it's so easy. It costs $30 to go to Amazon and buy a pair of police lights. And I don't know if you have kids yet, but somebody goes, they put a pair of police lights in their cars. Anybody's son or daughter or wife or family is going to stop on the road any time of the day or night because you guys are putting them in a position of, we have to stop with anybody that has lights. There's no identification on this vehicle whatsoever, is there?
No, there's.
Okay.
I'd say those are not.
Yeah. Well, under RCW 46.08.065, you guys are in violation. I know you got a paper there. I've studied the law. I've talked to lawyers about it. You guys can spin it all you want. We all know that you're breaking the law. You will be held accountable at some point. But what I would just say to you personally, I mean, look, you've been polite, you've been great, and I'm going to try and do the same to you. But you're out here breaking the law. You're out here writing people tickets for breaking the law while you're endangering the public and you're breaking the law. So the problem is that's not serving and protecting, that's harassing and collecting. And you need to ask yourself, am I standing up? Am I treating my neighbor the way that I would want to be treated? Am I enacting justice, or am I serving the ends of profit for the state? So.
Okay. Well, you know, Gavin, I'm out here just doing my job. I'm not here harassing.
Right. Well, no, but if you're out here writing tickets for petty things while you're breaking the law, you are harassing and collecting.
I'm writing tickets.
You know what?
But I wrote that lady a ticket or anything.
That's fine, but you're still endangering people is the concern. So the key is, I mean, look, you've been polite. That's been nice, but you guys need to get this car off the road. You need to get it marked. We've talked to the sheriff. They've marked most of their cars. I don't know why they allow you to operate in this district with these unmarked cars, because they're the authority over the state patrol. But it's common sense. Even if we interpret the law differently, it doesn't take a genius to think it through and say, well, maybe completely ambiguous unmarked cars are not the safest for the people unless we're doing a specific undercover investigation. It's really common sense. Let me ask you this. What is the reason for driving an unmarked car? Give me one reason why you would need to drive an unmarked car.
Well, the whole reason that we have an unmarked car, it's called the Aggressive Driving Apprehension Program. Does that make sense? Have you ever heard of that before?
Yeah, I've heard of that before.
It's to catch aggressive drivers. It's to catch people that...
If these drivers are so aggressive, though, why do you need to be undercover to see them?
Well, they help. Unmarked cars help, but I'm not going to argue.
They help you get more tickets? Is that what happens?
Before.
Yeah, and we'll have it again, and I'm going to encourage people to keep dealing with this.
What I'm going to do, but the thing that I'm